Hey, friends out there, this is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. And it is just about 11 minutes past 6 in the morning here in Northern California. 11:11. Anyhow, as usual today, I'll talk about a few different things. Now, my tape got discombobulated a little bit, so I've got a stopwatch here and I've got to fill in somehow 3 minutes and 20 seconds right now. So I know I started talking in this video, which was cut out when I was checking it out because something went wrong. I was noticing the counter on the tape. It's a little mini DV cassette tape, and I cleaned the camcorder with a cleaning tape. Hopefully that'll fix it, but it might just be a defective tape I'm working with. But I can talk for about 3 minutes 20 seconds before the quality gets decent to go to where I started this video. But anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get to a thought or two from this last week or two. So I'm kind of doing the end at the beginning. Though we all differentiate as to bad and worse, often participating parties to any real or perceived wrongdoing, slight, or ethical breach are not in the same mode. For a few examples, a prostitute is no worse than her customers. An unscrupulous lender is no worse than a foolish borrower. A slaver is no worse than those whom allow themselves to be enslaved. Believing the essence of the motto for the state of New Hampshire's "Live Free or Die" slogan, which of course makes perfect sense, and it goes on and on in that theme. We ought to take seriously what Christ warned us of. Judgment, lest ye judge not, lest ye be judged. We all must recognize and confess our own personal culpability through consent, forced or not, in this corrupt, mad world. Well, friends, it looks like I'm going to have to leave it there, and if you want to, you can watch the rest of the tape. But anyhow, best to everybody, and like I'm always saying, do your best to enjoy your life in a crazy-ass world and try to be a nicer and nicer person. And that's probably the best advice I could give anyone, the advice I'd give my own children and do. All right, so best to everybody, and have a great day, have a great eternity. Rise out, but that's not the way to go. Plus, you could poison a cat eats the rat, or an owl eats the rat that's been poisoned. What happens then? So poison is not the way to go with these creatures. It's really trapping. The advice I'd give them in New York City is, hey, hire the homeless, pay them $100 a rat. Okay, make it worth their while. So, you want to end homelessness? There's an idea. Put them to work. Listen, people need to be appreciated, friends. Listen, I couldn't give any better advice to these people. When I meet them out there on the streets, I love them. And for all I know, they're plants of God. These are just angels in disguise. We don't know. Christ himself said, that's me. So what more do you need? It's out of the horse's mouth. But, put them to work. People want to be useful. They want to be appreciated. And the worst case scenario is this dehumanization where people are made to feel like just another warm body. Like society doesn't need them somehow. That they're dispensable, disposable. And it's wrong. It's immoral. It's ungodly. I can't say enough in defense of these people. So, that's something really useful. From what I hear, they've had quite the epidemic of rats in certain parts of New York. And the best way to take care of these things, train these guys. I could train somebody in 5 minutes or less on how to bait a rat trap safely. You want to do it safely, you break your freaking finger with those traps. But it's the only answer. Pay them $100. They have, they just get some bags they can carry around, and they don't have to touch nothing. Wear gloves, and put them in the bag, seal it up, throw it in the garbage, take them to the dump. They're dead. The traps are very effective. So, I mean, if New York wants to clean up their act, that's my advice. Make these guys feel appreciated. I mean, one rat, $100. So, they got to watch their traps. So they got to check them regularly. And, there's got to be some regulation. So this might be where some training would come in, because these things are dangerous to children. So there would have to be some precautions. There may need to be boxes, and keys to the boxes, something like that. I mean, these are problems that are solvable, though. This problem of the rat infestation is solvable, it's fixable. Because they're gross. I mean, they're just gross creatures. If you've ever seen the effect of a rat, you know what I'm talking about. They walk through their feces. Okay? They've got no regard for being sanitary at all that I know of. I mean, they're grotesque little critters. They're cute, but they're gross. Maybe they're good for snake food. I don't know. Go for snake food. Owls. There you go. Owls. But, I don't like them. I won't coexist with them. And since I stayed on top of them over these many years, I'm not having an issue with them anymore. It's been quite a while since I got a rat, or that I've even needed to bait a trap, because you can usually hear them rustling around. There's signs that you got a rat trying to make its home, its nest nearby. But they're gross critters. And as much as I respect all animals, I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a Jainist. If you look up that term, it's respect for all life. So I do respect life, and I love life. It's good to be human. Life's good. And, we all need to be very grateful. This is one of the themes I wanted to get on today, was just, look, friends, like I'm trying to end every video telling you, try to be nicer, nicer, nicer. This means a degree of genuine humility. It's not something we can fake. I'm still working on this. A big part of my persona is kind of being this wise guy. And, I think to myself, the way I might talk to family and friends and other associates is different from the way I might talk to people at my church. And I'm thinking, you know what? That shows hypocrisy. And I'm still trying to change my persona. One of arrogance and kind of just smart ass, wise guy. I think I'm being cute, trying to be funny, trying to have a degree of levity. People think it's funny. For example, I might say, hey, people say, hey, how you doing, man? And I'll say, hey, I'm doing great, man. If I was doing any better, I'd be crapping in my pants. Now, is that appropriate to talk to your congregation at church like that? You understand? But I mean, crap is a term we hear constantly on television. It's totally 100% A-OK to use the term crap. It's kind of a funny word. We all know what it is, but, we can use it a million different ways. The S word, I just heard it. What was I watching? I think it was an episode of Storage Wars, maybe, where it was used. But I thought that word was taboo still by the